And a bombshell plan from Donald Trump. He wants the US to take control of the Gaza Strip. The US president suggested the idea during a joint media conference with Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu. And again, Trump warned the entire Gazan population would have to be resettled in neighbouring countries.
And we will do a job with it too. We'll own it, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
I found that press conference quite extraordinary and, if I'm being perfectly honest, quite distressing to see those two men of such influence in the world and two men who probably represent the hell that the Gazans have gone through the last 14, 16 months, essentially overtly suggesting the ethnic cleansing of all of those people.
Well, that's certainly the way a lot of Palestinians are going to take those comments.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you say, yeah, the President of the United States is part of that representation. Of course,
Yes.
Joe Biden was that president for all that period. Yeah.
It's hard to kind of digest, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
one
such these crazy kind of decisions that he's making.
Well, is
and
it
you
even
think,
a decision? I don't know
what's the kind of... It's like 3D chess he's playing, right?
So the thing I found, right, is the more of his comments I read through and saw, the less sense it made to me, which meant I can't even understand. So, for example, he has this idea, right? Clear it out, we'll build it, right? Also, you move permanently, which sounds for all the world, to Palestinians like ethnic cleansing.
Ethnic cleansing.
But then he goes on and says, he was asking if the man, he doesn't support a Palestinian state. He says, it doesn't mean anything about a two-state or a one-state or any other state. It means we want to give people a chance at life because the Gaza Strip has been a hellhole. It's like, no, sorry, isn't that exactly what it means? And then that leads me to, well, do you know what it means? And is this just subterfuge where you say that, no, it doesn't imply what you think, but then it's just incoherent, plausible deniability? Or is it he just actually says these words and he doesn't fully understand what the implications are? But the thing about that scared me is, you know who really does understand the implications of that is Benjamin Netanyahu, who is sitting right next to him and then can just say, oh, you see things clearly and you say things people won't, but you see things other people don't see.
Yeah.
And that's where this thing becomes genuinely... Like, the amount of distress... We're going to hear, actually, from someone in Gaza later in the show. You'll be able to hear what
Who was so
sounds like
joyful
to
to be returning to the Strip only last week.
Yeah. It is a weird world to be in this scenario where you're consoling yourself with the possibility that the President of the United States doesn't mean what he actually says.
Yeah.
And hoping he doesn't mean what he says in certain cases as well.
And maybe that's the right way to go through this world. I don't know how to navigate this
Real
world.
estate agents, can't trust them.
Yeah, well...